Hello and welcome to the September episode of Orion Update. I'm your host, Alana Hart. Orion Township recently received a grant from KaBoom, a nonprofit company dedicated to providing safe places for children to play. The grant will allow a community-designed and built playground to be constructed at Camp Agawam this coming October. For more information on the project and how you can help, here's Township Supervisor Barnett and Parks and Rec Director Whatley with more.
Thanks, Alana. I'm out here with Whatley, our Parks and Rec Director, and it's a beautiful day here at Camp Agawam, and we couldn't be more excited about the things that are happening, not just in this park, but in all our parks. So, Aaron, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. Excited.
You didn't have a choice.
No, I had a choice. Beautiful to be out in the park. So.
It is, and you know, the one thing that we hear so often still today is the township bought this park. When did we buy the park? 2014. So in 2014, the township bought this park from the Boy Scouts. We think it's a great win-win. We got it at a very reduced price from what they could have sold it to someone else, for example, a residential developer who was very interested. And we were able to maintain this amazing 140 acres here on Clarkson Road. And the unbelievable thing is we still meet people that are very active in our community that have never set foot in this park. Would you say that's accurate?
Accurate, all the time. Yep. They think it's still a Boy Scout camp and not open to the public, but it's open 7 days a week, dawn till dusk. Come on out and enjoy the nature trails. We have primitive campsites, a beach where you can take your family, go swimming, kayaking, fishing. It's like being up north in your backyard.
And it's right off Clarkson Road, and it's one of the best known, best kept secrets, I should say. The beach here is crystal clear. It's awesome. And again, like Aaron said, if the gate's open, we're open, and it's your park. So please use it. But we want to talk to you today on this episode of Orion Update about some really exciting things happening in our parks. So first of all, we have recently partnered with Easter Seals of Michigan and Independence Township to build a very unique baseball field. Talk to us a little bit about that, Aaron.
So it's been a project in the making for quite some time now. Last year we did a bunch of fundraising to raise funds for an all-inclusive baseball field at Friendship Park. And it really, with Chris's pushing and connections, it really spiraled, and now it's going to be this beautiful all-inclusive North Oakland Miracle Field, which will draw in everyone from the northern region. It'll just be a great asset. So it's completely a pour-in-place surface, so ADA accessible for wheelchairs and everybody to participate. And every single inning is like the first pitch of the World Series. It'll be fantastic. So
yeah, and we have kind of taken that project that we started last year through a crowdfunding campaign, and many of you watching probably donated money, and we thank you for that. And with our new partnership, the project is now sort of on steroids. We actually met we came from a meeting just earlier today, and we will be breaking ground at Friendship Park this year, and hopefully we'll be able to have a celebration in the spring. So more to come on that. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind thing in our area, and we anticipate we will draw people from all over Southeast Michigan to our community. One more reason that Orion Township is where living is a vacation. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk a little bit about this camp. And it's 140 acres. And we recently made a big announcement, thanks in large part to Jenny Body on Township staff, who did a lot of research and found this amazing grant available to us through the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation. We are right where we're standing today out at the activity field at Camp Agawam. We will be building what's called a Build It with KaBoom playground. So the way I've been describing this to people in the community is it's sort of like Extreme Makeover Playground Edition. We'll talk a little bit about how we got to this point, but what we're really going to be asking you a couple times is we need your help. So this is a community build on October 6th, which just happens to be a very important day out here at Camp Agawam. Aaron's crying a little bit.
Well, it's got some of my eyes, sorry. It's going to be magical. Yeah, October 6th, we have the Build It with KaBoom, and then we have the centennial party for Camp Agawam. It's 100 years, so we're going to have food, activities, bounce houses, pony rides, educational seminars, all kinds of fun events, and it's all free. It's all for the community. Come on out and enjoy it. This is your park. Help us build and enjoy the park at the same time. It's a day of fun.
So what that build looks like is really all of us are going to be coming together here the week of October 6th. Starting on October 2nd, the materials arrive here, and we need about 15 volunteers on that first day, on Tuesday the 2nd. And then on Wednesday, we need about 50 volunteers to dig holes out here where we're standing for some of the posts for the larger equipment. And then on Thursday and Friday, we need about 30 volunteers. But the big day is Saturday, October 6th, where we're going to need at least 300 people. And we will, this place will be crawling. It's going to be fun. I promise you it will be a party you will want to be at. We have already a local business that sponsored t-shirts, so everyone that comes out and volunteers will get a commemorative t-shirt that they can say they were part of building this amazing playground. But what it's really remarkable is that it's a nearly $500,000 project, and the township's match is only $8,000, which in the world of grants, it's unheard of. So we're extremely grateful to KaBoom, who's a California playground company, and obviously the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation, who is the funding partner here. But we will not be able to pull this off without Orion residents. And I know, because I've lived here for many years, that when there's a need, our community steps up. So we're hoping and asking you to please consider circling that day or that week and joining us. And if you can't be here, there are lots of opportunities to engage with us. Jenny's email, which is on screen now, you can send her an email and let her know you'd like to donate water or food or tools for us to use that day. So there are tons of opportunities. And a really cool partnership. Let's talk for a minute about the people we bought this camp from. They're going to be very engaged with us in the process, right?
Yes. So the Boy Scouts, they have a trailer full of tools and equipment that they donated to us for the week that we can use during the build. So they're super supportive, along with tons of other groups, the Girl Scouts, Brownie Troops. They use this camp all the time. Even though it's open to the public, they still remember this as, part of their camp, and they still want to take care of it, and they're out here all the time, and we love the partnerships with everybody. So
October 6th, bring your neighborhoods, bring your church groups, your book club, whatever, but please sign up. It's going to help us understand how many people we have for that day. All that information can be found on our homepage or sending an email to Jenny in the supervisor's office. So we're really excited about that. Talk for a minute about the process, because it was kind of a quick process. We heard about this. I heard about this potential grant at a seminar I was at in Detroit. Emailed Jenny, and she was on the case. But in a matter of a month or so, we found out we were going to be successful. So how did this playground get designed?
Well, it went from you hearing about it to Jenny immediately submitting it, and then probably the next day saying, "Hey, Aaron, do you want a playground at Camp Agawam?"
And we told Aaron, actually, yeah, that's a good point. We told Aaron after we submitted for the grant that we were trying to build a playground here.
Which was awesome, because they're hustling, the supervisor's office, everybody loves their recreation green space. So they're constantly hustling to find money, to find opportunities for our community. And so when Jenny got the word, it really just picked up, and now every single week we have our weekly huddle meetings, and we're making progress with our separate committees on roughly a month away, and it's been a quick process, unbelievably quick.
And the cool part about it was that we got to pick, we had about 25 2 to 12-year-old Orion Township residents, key stakeholders in our community, especially as it relates to recreation, that got to be a part of what we call Design Day. And then their parents got to follow up and sort of give their opinion. But these kids got to design these amazing, which I'm sure you're seeing now, ideas for their playground. We had lots of roller coasters. Zip lines are very popular. Many kids drew zip lines. That's why we're going to have 2 zip lines here as part of this this dream build, we're calling it. And one will have a chair in it, so our special needs community will be able to enjoy the zip line as well. But that was, I think, one of the neat parts of this, is that the kids were able to be involved and actually see their designs that they drew on paper kind of really come to life on now what we have really settled on for the final design. So
it's a true community build from start to finish. Community is involved, the kids are designing it, and we're all helping build it. So.
And we're hoping that you'll help us build it. So, okay, so that is Build It with KaBoom. It's happening right here. And this camp, since we've purchased it 4 years ago, has been the site of many exciting events, family reunions. It's available for rent, right?
Yep, we have 2 lodges that house up to about 24, sleep 24, but you can have, you know, baby showers, birthday parties, receptions, all kinds of stuff. And then we have 10 primitive campsites that bonfire pit, you know, there's water, there's restrooms throughout. Next year, we're going to be looking to do some renovations to our large Peterson Lodge, which is, it's beautiful. It overlooks the lake. It should be a nice banquet center, a wedding reception for the community to come in and have a wedding, have a party, have a conference, seminar. It'll just be nice. So.
Yeah, and so people don't really know what's back here if you're not back here. So just please come back and take a look, because there's a good chance you'll want to rent this space for your next company picnic, or just come out here and enjoy it, especially once this playground is built. And one of the early pieces of feedback we have received from groups that have rented out here was that one thing that they would love to see is more opportunities for young kids to play while they're having their parties and their picnics. So we will have that. A couple other things I just want to talk about. So another grant we were successful on getting, and as you watch this, you can drive down Clarkson Road, not at the same time, and see the path that is being finally connected here to get people safely into our park, our pedestrian path. And that's a connection that connects all the way to the Pollyant Trail and goes to Lapeer Road. And our ultimate goal would be to connect all the way to the Paint Creek Trail, connecting 2 regional trails as part of the governor's, what he calls the Iron Belt Trail. So another maybe little known fact that we are on the Iron Belt Trail route, which is Governor Snyder's kind of dream to have a trail that can go from Ironwood, Michigan in the Upper Peninsula to Belle Isle, thus the name Iron Bell. And that literally is the front yard of Camp Agawam. So we're seeing a lot of people using that to get into the park now.
Correct, yeah. People are coming down the path. We actually just did some renovations, changes to our registration system. So now you don't necessarily need to come into the Orion Center. Let's say you're riding your bike and you want to come over and you want to stay, you want to camp out. You can go right on your phone, on your mobile app, and you can register for a campsite, stay for the evening, and then head on back on your way. So.
Cool. So as you kind of mentioned, there's some other potential capital projects happening out here. We're grateful for the residents strongly supporting our Parks Millage. So we passed our first Parks Millage here in Orion Township. And I think from my seat, it's never easy to ask people to pay more taxes. We really understand that people work really hard for their money and they want to keep as much of it to decide how they want to use. But we heard loud and clear over the last couple of years that recreation really is one of the reasons that people choose to live here. We have, how much area of recreation do we have?
So the township itself is roughly around 500 acres, but in general, all of the community with Bald Mountain and the county parks, I think we're about just under 4,000 acres within our 6x6 square mile.
Which is amazing, and I tell people all the time, this is a little trivia question, but we have 42 lakes larger than 5 acres. In our 36 square miles, our 6x6 miles. So, I mean, our recreation rivals pretty much any community in the state. And the great thing is that we're close to Detroit. We're close to where a lot of people work. So, we appreciate people's support of our millage, and we have a 5-year capital plan that we are honing in on right now. But as Aaron mentioned, you'll see a lot of improvements out here at this camp and other recreational facilities.
Yep, stay posted for some new updates, and we'll keep sharing it, the enhancements, the improvements we make with the millage money. So we, as Chris said, we sincerely appreciate it, and we'll make sure we use those dollars wisely and for the benefit of the community. So. Yeah,
and I think you know, one of the things that, you know, we didn't really say much during the campaign, but you know, the average homeowner in Orion Township, it's $100 a year for this parks millage, and so our goal as your representatives is to make sure that we get you that value. You're spending your money, so not only in maintaining and maybe increasing your home and property value in the future, but really providing recreational amenities that you can stay and do right here in our community and not have to go to other parks. Matter of fact, I can see just off in the distance a new disc golf course that's being built, which is something that in our community survey people have been asking about for the last few years. So we listen to your input, and we continue to look for it. Last, you want to just cover a little bit about what we're doing this summer in parks, and then every 5 years what we're required to do, and
Yep. So right now we're almost through our 5-year master plan. Every 5 years we have to revise our master plan, which allows us to go out for grants. But the real primary focus and reason why we do it is so our community can come out and they can tell us what they want to see and what the direction they want us to go in. It makes it extremely easy for us. Once it's complete, it gives us a roadmap on what we want to accomplish and what the community, what they'd like to see for recreation and green space. We're here for you, so we want to make sure we capitalize on the items you want to see in our parks and our green space. So we're almost done. We should be complete, I would say, by January or February, and then we'll have an adopted plan for the next 5 years, and that'll give us a nice roadmap. So.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for checking in with us out here at Camp Agawam. Your homework is before snowfall, you have to come visit, and ideally October 6th, you have to come here. We really, really do need your help, and we won't be able to pull this off without a lot of great Orion residents. If you have a son or daughter in high school, I know they need community service hours. We'd love to have them out here and help us. If you have a business that wants to send a few employees, send cases of water. Please, there's nothing that won't help us, so please consider any form or fashion of help. And with that, I do want to throw it back to you, Alana. Thank you so much for being such a great community partner of us in our parks, and Team Depot, and all the projects you've helped us do over the years, and hope to see you all out here on October 6th.
Thanks, Chris. For more information and to sign up to volunteer on Playground Build Day, visit oriontownship.org. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.